Hey everyone, I'm glad that you have come together yet again on this beautiful April afternoon to do life together. I want you to do something real quick. Just tell that person you're sitting next to that, man, I am glad I'm sharing real estate with you. And then can you just give a huge shout out to your host home and to your leaders? These groups don't happen if they aren't willing to do what they do. So thank you, host homes. Thank you, facilitators. And thanks for allowing your house to become our house. Real quick, let me just give you some highlights from this week's message from James chapter 1, verses 19 through 21. The big idea from the message was this: quick to listen, slow to speak. It's that quick to listen, open hand, because if we're fast to speak, we're going to close up and we're going to defend our territory. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone needs to be heard, and everyone of us deserves to be heard. So what's James's counsel to that? Quick to listen, slow to speak. So simple, but yet so difficult sometimes, isn't it? I love how James starts his exhortation. Understand this, he says, my brothers and sisters, you must all, that's everyone. That's the grunters in the room. That's the gunners in the room. That's the gossipers, and that's the bosses and workers, ladies and men, husbands and wives, parents and children. All means all. That's what all means, right? That statement ties right into the Great Commandment, doesn't it? What did Jesus say in the Great Commandment? Do unto others what you would want done to you. And you want to be heard, right? You want to be listened to. Right? You want to be understood. Yes? So be quick to listen and then slow to speak. In other words, wait because you're slow, or you're quick to listen, you're waiting, and then be late. Be late on your words. You'll never regret that. Why is that so important? Because you're seeking to understand. Let people know that you value them as an individual. It doesn't mean that you agree with them necessarily all the time, but you value them. That they're important. It's important because if you are slow to speak, you aren't as likely to say something that you'll regret, or let's just be honest, sometimes that it's just stupid sometimes the things that we say. So the last time I heard, feet don't taste very good. So be slow to speak so you don't put your foot in your mouth. We want God's agenda in our conversations and in our responses. It isn't about winning the argument as much as it is, let it be about pleasing Jesus. I like what James says in verse 21. He says that, so get rid of. It's this imagery of taking off a coat. Take off the I am right coat. Take off the I have to have it my way coat, or I have to have the first word and the last word coat. He says, take off all the filth and evil in your lives and humbly. In other words, put on humility, put on Christ, accept the word of God that God has planted in your hearts, for it is the power to save your souls. Makes me think of the parable Jesus told of the soil, that there was the hard soil, there was the fertile soil, there was a soil that was rocky, there was a soil that was weedy. And the soil that was rich and the soil that was fertile became the soil that produced a bountiful crop. I would just say to all of us that make sure our heart is fertile soil, so that the words that come out of our mouth are life-producing and life-giving. I want to encourage you, have a great discussion. Nail down your outreach project if you haven't done so yet. And then enjoy each other in the remainder of your time that you have together this evening. Just a quick announcement. There won't be any life groups on the third Sunday of April because that is Easter. And most likely you'll be together with family or friends or whatever. So enjoy your time together. Bless you. Praying for you. And always remember, let's make our house your house. Bless you.